Hey Marvina,
Hey Renee, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing well. Can't
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
complain.
Yeah. Yeah, your prayers were answered with your work schedule, so you should be happy and
I am elated.
yes.
Yes,
Good, good.
very happy.
Good.
Very happy.
Awesome.
I think I can push off retirement just a little bit longer. But we'll see. But yes.
Yeah, good. Good. Good.
Ah,
So life is good for you on your end, huh?
it is. Life is
Good.
good. How about with you?
Yeah.
How's the retirement life going?
Still loving it. I was talking to somebody the other day and it's been a year and a half. It has
Wow.
gone so fast.
Wow, it
Yeah.
has gone fast.
Yeah. So yeah,
Nice,
I've been my happiest for a year and a half now. So
nice,
yeah,
nice.
but it is
It's
good.
a blessing when you can enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really a blessing. I think sometimes people look at aging negatively, but
Hmm.
honestly, I mean, hey, it's a fact of life, right? And when we get to those moments, I thank God for those moments like that. He
Yeah.
gives you a time of respite, right? And a time
Yeah.
to be able to just kind of pull back. So that's great. I can't
Yeah.
wait to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's fun to get older too because when you're close to old, you get a little offended when they say, "Can I give you the senior discount?" Now I'm loving it. It's like, really, you gonna give me $5 off? Okay.
Yeah, you might as well embrace it,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Exactly. Oh my
And it's a
gosh.
blessing. Many people didn't have the
Yeah.
opportunity to make it to where some of us are.
Yeah.
So we really
Yeah.
gonna have to change our way of looking at things.
Right.
And yeah, I'm embracing every bit of it. Not every bit, but we're getting there.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Well, here we are at episode 61
Yes,
and the title
61.
61 and the title of our conversation today is Monster Under the Bed.
Okay.
Yeah. Some
Okay.
Sometimes we have these when we're kids in particular, these monsters that lurk under our bed
Hmm.
that keep us from jumping out of bed and running over the across the room to turn on the light,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
And I
Yep.
don't know if you had any of those experiences growing up, but I know one in particular, and I might have shared this in one of our other episodes, but my dad on Saturday mornings, I don't know if you watch TV much, well, and I'm older than you, so, but in Saturday mornings, there would be an Abbott and Costello
Okay.
episode and a Laurel and Hardy episode, then a Tarzan movie,
Okay.
and then a scary movie
Okay.
every Saturday morning. So
Okay.
uh, we usually didn't watch the scary movies, but one day my dad said, "Yeah, you can watch it, And it was called The Beast with Five Fingers.
Okay.
Okay. And it was a piano player, if I remember correctly, a piano player, concert piano player or something, that his hand was severed
Okay.
and he died, but this hand lived.
Oh,
So it
okay.
was in this like castle kind of thing. And so
Okay.
people would come to the castle, and I don't know why, but this hand would crawl up the bed and it would come over and choke them.
Okay.
I never understood why you couldn't off, the hand off your throat. But yeah, I just remember that so vividly from being a kid to
Okay.
the point where, and I still have trouble with this, I could not sleep with my feet out from under the covers
Really?
because
Okay.
I was afraid
That it got it.
something would get me, right?
Okay, got it.
And so even like if I had a lot of nightmares when I was a kid. And
Okay.
so I would
Is
if I
that
woke
because
up in this
you used to
nightmare,
do
what's that?
stuff? Is that
What?
because maybe you used to kind of do I have this feeling that you are quite the rambunctious child.
Um, Probably when my dad wasn't around, but yeah,
Okay.
I told the lie when my dad was around.
Okay. Okay.
But
So I'm
I,
sorry I interrupted you.
no, no, I shared a room with my younger sister, right?
Okay.
And so I would have these nightmares, and I don't know what prompted them, but
Mm,
I'd wake her up sometimes in the middle of the night and tell her to do some of the stupidest stuff because it was
okay.
in my dream,
Right.
right? So once I thought there was a mouse crawling through a hole up on my wall.
Oh.
So I was standing on my bed.
Uh-huh.
I had taken the bedspread and I was had it against the wall. So
Oh.
I threw something at her to wake her up. And she goes, well, she's panicked. And I said, go get something. And she says, what do I get? She out of a dead sleep. And it's like,
Yeah.
I caught a rat. So she was going to look for a jar
Okay.
because she still doesn't know I'm dreaming, right?
Okay.
And
Right.
so I said, and now I get mad at her. I go, no, just give me a piece of paper. Because I was thinking in my dream I could just cover the hole with a piece of paper, right?
Okay.
So now she's crying in the middle of the room because she
Oh.
doesn't know what to do. And then my dad wakes up
Oh.
because of the cry. And so as I'm doing this, though, I wake up, right? And I realize, oh, I'm just dreaming. So she thought I still had the mouse there.
Oh,
So
okay.
now she's
Okay.
really panicked because she
Okay.
thinks a
Right.
mouse is, it's like, so yeah, I used to have a lot of bad dreams and I'd have to
Okay.
I'd get off the bed to go turn on the light so I could finally stop the dream, right?
Okay.
But there was always that in the back of my mind that that thing was going to grab my legs.
Got
So I
it.
would leap off the bed to go turn on the light. So
Okay.
yeah, so that was always my monster under the bed was
Got
just this
it.
hand was gonna, get you. And yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
Got I don't think I ever really feared anything being under the bed. Well, first of all, I didn't watch scary movies, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a person, I don't want no issues, okay? It is not fun to me to be
Yeah.
scared. That's not fun to me.
Yeah.
And so, but I do recall my brother and my sister until this day, they still say that there was this woman outside of our window. I never saw it. They tried to wake me up again. I never saw, but they are adamant that there was this woman um, standing outside of our window. And so it was always, so at one point, we all three of us shared a room when we
Hmm.
were younger, me, my sister, my brother. And um, they would talk about it and it was scary hearing it. But I was like, yeah, no, I didn't see her. Now, my brother and my sister, they did a lot of stuff too when we were younger. Not that I didn't, I just knew how to kind of keep my stuff more under wraps, I guess. But
Yeah.
they were busy. They were busy. But yeah, they were, and so my brother, I know my poor brother. All the stories about my brother. He's probably gonna be like, really, Martina. Um, but I think so let me finish that story. So that is something that always, like, growing up, yes, we had to, they were always flicking on the light. My brother was always flicking on the light, or
Yeah.
um we they always feared, we always fear, because then they would talk about it, then of course then I'm like, well, I mean, maybe it really is somebody out there.
Yeah.
And you do have those fears. But it's funny how things happen in our childhood, right? And how those memories stay. Like
Yeah.
you said, now you always fear the hand coming up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but how we stop from going. Sometimes we're so afraid it stops us, right?
Yeah.
And so I know I'm jumping around because my
No, no,
cat
no, no, no. I
checked
agree
in.
with you. I agree with you.
But like how like you said, you were it took you a minute to register, like, I could turn on the light and then you could
Yeah.
see there's nothing there,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? But it takes a minute. You're
Yeah.
stuck in the darkness and you can't see anything.
Yeah.
You think you caught this right. I mean, so yeah, but that is
Yeah.
how it plays out in life. It translates in life sometimes with this too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're so afraid of the unknown.
Right.
We don't just flick on the light switch. And a lot of it is in our mind,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Because
Exactly.
you really thought that there was a rat now.
Yeah.
I don't know what you thought best friend was gonna do, but hey, I would have
Yeah.
been too afraid to even touch it, to even cover the hole, because
Yeah.
I would be thinking it's gonna come out the hole. My
Yeah.
first thing I would have did is jumped over to the light. That would have been my. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to catch it, none of that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, some of my dreams, and when we were young, we had bunk beds and I was on the top bunk and I was
Okay.
forever falling off the top bunk onto my head. So I think, I think maybe this had something to do with it. Something was knocked a little bit loose up there, but oh yeah.
Why were you falling off the bunk bed, the top bunk though, Renee?
I'm a real restless sleeper, so I would turn and tune too
Oh,
far and just go.
oh my gosh.
And then
That
my
sounds
parent,
painful.
yeah, my parents would hear a big thunk and they'd come
Yeah.
in and it would always make my dad mad. Stop falling out of that bed like I did it on purpose. I was just parachuting, Dad. I thought I just it's like I didn't do it on purpose, sir. Yeah, gosh.
My goodness. Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny. But
So,
but yeah, I thought that when you mentioned Monster Under the Bed, I was like, I thought that was a good subject
yeah.
because there's so many things that we're afraid of and there's no need. It's not there. It's in your
Yeah.
head, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
monster under the bed, it's in our head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I thought of people who are maybe have resisted the Lord or have followed and have fallen away.
Mhm.
Um, Sometimes you think, what is that monster that's under your bed that keeps you from going to the light?
Right.
Is it fear? Is it shame? Is
Mhm.
it guilt? Do you feel
Mhm.
like you're unforgivable at this point?
Mhm. Mhm.
Is it rebellion? What is it that keeps
Mhm.
you uh, from staying in that situation, sitting on that bed with
Mhm.
that fear of whatever is,
Mhm.
keeping you there
Yeah.
instead of just,
Yeah.
like you say, jumping out of bed and flicking on the light, turning
Yeah.
to the Lord, saying, okay, I've had enough of this. I feel guilty. I feel shame. I
Mhm.
feel whatever it is, whatever that's trapped you on that bed, just say, no, it's not going to hold me here anymore. I'm going to
Mhm.
flick on the light so that I can be
Mhm.
released
Mhm.
from everything that has caused me fear
Mhm.
and to not be able to move forward.
Right,
Yeah,
right. And I even think that sometimes we're afraid of what we think God will ask us to do
yeah,
or
yeah,
what God will require of us, right?
right.
Meaning, so like, I think sometimes we get, you know, those of us that have addictions, those that is, of us that have, and when I say addictions, not only to substances, but sometimes to emotions or
Hmm. Hmm.
um
Patterns,
sometimes
habits. Yeah,
we, yes, habits. We don't know what, it's almost like we don't go to God because we think God is going to take whatever it is we're trying to hold on so dearly. We think that he's going to take it away and we don't know what life looks like without that thing, right?
hmm. Hmm.
But sometimes we just he just needs to put things into perspective.
Hmm.
Or sometimes we're again, it keeps us in this dark place because we just want to hold on to it, to whatever it is we feel that we may have to give up. And the thing about coming to God is that it's like flicking on the light. You're like, oh wow, now I can see a little better.
Yeah, yeah,
And I see it's not what I thought it was going to be. And I think that because we've been taught to, I heard someone say um, a while ago, it was actually a gospel artist, Kirk Franklin, and
Mhm.
he said was taught he was taught growing up to be afraid of God
Mhm. Mhm.
instead of fearing God, I think is what he said.
Mhm.
And because sometimes we're so afraid that God is going to be displeased with who we are, God
Mhm.
made us in
Mhm.
his likeness. Every single thing about us was done at his fingers, right? Meaning he created us to be exactly who we are. And I think sometimes even with addictions and things like that, it's because it's sometimes it stems from not feeling comfortable in being the person that God made us to be.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right. So then some people drink because it brings them out of there, or maybe that's how they started drinking because it brings them, it helps it was they thought helping with anxiety where they could just kind of, maybe they're automatically an introvert and it just brings them out or whatever the issue may be because we're not comfortable in who God made us to be and we're fearful to be that person.
Mhm.
It keeps us stuck in the darkness, right? And we're always that could even be like people pleasing, all of it,
Right. Right.
right? It bounds us up because of the fear of God, you might require too much. I think sometimes, and we don't put it in those words,
Yeah.
maybe in our thoughts, but I think sometimes it's hard for us that are walking a certain way or trying to walk a certain way. It's hard for us to understand why other people don't want that same thing. But sometimes it goes back to that being afraid of what's under the bed,
Yeah. Yeah.
being afraid of uncovering some things and it's never what you think it is,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I would
Yeah.
say, if there's anybody struggling with that, it's never what you think it is. Our mind, or the way God made us, our mind fills in the gaps of the unknown sometimes.
Yeah.
And we create these stories in our head that have nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah. 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 I think a lot of times, like you say, people are wondering, what is it going to cost me?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what it's going to cost you if you're struggling and you're sitting there in the dark,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to cost you peace of mind,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're going to sit there, you're going to be in fear, you're going to be in shame, guilt, whatever it is.
Right. And you
You're
don't
just going to
have to be.
you're just going to sit there in the dark.
Yes.
If you step out and flick on the light, what did the light when you flicked on the light, what did it bring you?
That's
Peace.
right. That's right.
It brought you peace because you knew, okay, there's nothing under the bed.
Right.
There's no monster there to get me.
That's right.
So if we can keep that in mind, what is it going to cost me? It's going to cost, I'm going to be in the same state I'm in right now.
Yep.
If I can turn on the light, if I
Yes.
can go to God and say, I need a change,
Yes.
flip on the light, there's going to be peace.
There's one. Yes.
And again, like you say, if there are things to give up, there will still be a peace in that journey
Yes.
because you know that it's going to take you away from that dark place, that scary place, that place that paralyzes you
Mm-hmm.
with fear, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
I agree. And I think, we talk about there's a very real enemy that we fight every day
Hmm.
spiritually, right?
Hmm.
And the enemy's strategy, it's not always destruction. Sometimes it's just
Yeah.
simply to keep us in the dark.
Yeah.
That will do the destruction.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if Satan can keep us in a place where we feel that we can't move forward because we fear what is on the other side.
Right.
That's exactly where he wants us to stay because then you don't move.
Right.
You don't go forward, you don't go backwards, you don't go forwards. You just sit.
Yeah. Yeah.
in the dark. And
Exactly.
it doesn't have to be that way. There
Yeah.
is God's love, God's compassion, God's grace.
Right.
He has so much to give us. And I don't care. No matter what it is you've done, how bad it may seem, the fact that you're still here, you're still on this earth, that in itself is proof positive that God still is extending the olive branch.
Right.
And we can take hold of it anytime we want. But we got to step out.
Yeah.
And even with that, we can ask God, God, help me to get the strength to step
Yeah.
because I feel so paralyzed. And then you just got to step. But,
Yeah.
it goes back to kind of what we talked about in previous episodes. And this is kind of an resounding thing that we usually say. If Satan can keep us discouraged, hopeless, that's half of the battle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna tattle on myself a little bit here,
Okay.
but it kind of goes along with what you're talking about.
Okay.
Um, when I was young, my uncle had me and my sister over for overnight with him and his wife and his little boys, and
Uh-huh.
he let us watch Psycho, the movie. I don't know if you've ever
Okay.
seen it, but there's the
No,
showers.
just the sheer
Yeah,
title, I would never watch it ever.
yeah, yeah. Well, he let us, shame on him,
Okay.
but there's that shower scene that's a scary scene. So uh as I got older with my nieces and nephews, I thought it would be funny to stand behind the shower curtain.
Okay.
And then when they would come in to wash their hands for dinner or something, I boo, and it would scare them, right? And so I thought it was the funniest thing, and they hated it. But I would do it often, and
Got it. Okay.
but I was talking to my niece the other day about that.
Uh-huh.
And she says, Aunt Renee, I still will go into the bathroom, and if the curtain is pulled, I will look behind the curtain. And I
You
told her,
traumatized her.
well, you know what I told her? I said, I do the same thing. If a curtain is pulled, I have to make sure.
Yep.
But as you were talking about God's grace, and Satan's tricks, right?
Uh-huh.
It's we don't have to fear anymore. If he releases
Right.
us from something, we don't have to
Yeah.
fear anymore. We don't have to keep
Right.
looking to see, is it going to jump? Is it going to get me? Is it going to no,
Right.
because we're in the light, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And sorry, it maybe didn't make the point I was hoping it was going to make,
No.
because
No.
now I just see my poor little niece just standing there petrified. But it's true. His grace will cover that, right? Go ahead. You want to say something so bad I can
Should have
tell.
tried acts of kindness.
Yeah. Well, let me just say I don't do it to my grandnieces, so it's oh,
Oh,
but
but
yeah,
it was all in fun.
yeah,
But it does, but I do think it did make the point of uh, because of life experiences, sometimes it's a reflex,
mhm,
automatic, not reflex. Yeah, reflex. Yeah, automatic reflex.
yeah.
You know how
Yeah,
sometimes
we'll go
just
with that.
words don't, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Reaction, reflex. Yeah,
And even that, we have to retrain ourselves, right?
hmm,
Because we're so used to looking behind the curtain. The important thing, though, is that you don't get because what fear could do is you could be so afraid that there's something behind that curtain that you don't look, but you can't even stand there, but you can't look. It paralyzes you,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But you move forward and you look behind there, that's there, and you move on. And that
yeah,
is what we also have to do
yeah,
because we're humans,
yeah,
right? And
yeah,
we have to push ourselves. Let me just take a peek. I'm gonna just take a little peek, but let me
yeah,
just okay, nothing's there. Sometimes that's exactly what we have to do.
yeah, yeah,
Pull the curtain back.
yeah, yeah. And
Just
it's, and if you think about it, if you're in a situation where you're recovering from that, uh,
yes.
where you're being paralyzed or tormented, if you're walking through that, there's always going to be that voice. Satan's going to be,
Right.
because kill, steal, and destroy, right?
That's
He's
correct.
always going to be in your head going, I bet there's something back there. I
Yeah,
bet you're good. I bet
that's
it's,
right.
and so
That's
you're
right.
right. Just pulling it back just to say, no, nothing's there.
That's right.
God is with me
That's
on
right.
this. We're walking through it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, but there's always, uh, yeah, coming out of that fear or
Yeah.
that guilt or that whatever it is, that, like I say, the shame, whatever it is that you're coming out of, the stronghold that's been
Yes.
holding you there in the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you're right. It's going to come up because Satan's not going to let it go. If I
That's right.
can trip them up again with that, I'm going to go for it.
Right.
Right.
That's right.
But that's, yeah. So, okay, now I don't feel so bad that they have to
Right.
check behind the curtains because, now they know they're safe.
Right. Now they know they're saying.
Ah,
But
God.
it's also it's a lesson in how we have to, you got to keep moving forward. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? You
Yep.
can't let that fear stop you because
Right.
um just pull the curtain back.
Yeah.
Just pull the curtain back.
Yep. Yep.
And
Turn
the
on the light.
light
Yeah.
itself will show you. And that's what God is, the light. Christ
Right.
is the light.
Right.
The light will show you there's nothing to be fearful of,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And even though it might happen every time, because again, we're human. And I think that's the other thing. We don't forget our experiences. We don't forget how those experiences feel. That's what helps us to not repeat those things.
Mm-hmm.
It also, that's what teaches us in life. We have to feel it, right? So
Yeah.
I do think that sometimes people think that their healing is not feeling it anymore. But
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes it's not being affected by it anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
again, because you traumatized your poor niece, she will probably for the rest of her life feel
Yeah.
that, I need to look behind the curtain. She may feel it, but it doesn't stop her from moving forward. It doesn't stop her from pulling the curtain back. It doesn't stop her from taking a look. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's how what we have to remember. The feeling is going to still be there because we're human. You
Right.
felt it. There's no way to unfeel it.
Right. Right.
But but we don't feel it to the depths of where it affects us to where it stops us from moving to where we got to move.
Right. Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
We know
yeah,
there's, in a sense, victory over that.
correct.
Right. Yeah.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
And look at you. And and now you can take a hand in there. Every single time your niece I help you move forward. That was a valuable lesson. You are so funny, Renee. Ah, the poor kids.
I know, I know. And I did that with my older sister too. She had a room of her own. I think I've told this story in one of the other episodes. It was a Saturday morning, very, very early. I heard her get up and go to the bathroom, to the bathroom right outside of our door, my other sister and I. And so I just thought it would be funny to go crawl under her bed. And so
You did, Renee.
of course I did. And so she comes back into the bedroom. She gets back into her bed. Kind of, I stay there for a minute and let her kind of settle. And then I put my hand up over the top of the mattress and she screamed and ran down the hall. And once again, my father was upset with me because I had disturbed the balance of the household. Uh, but
You know
yeah,
what I'm learning though, Renee?
I was mean.
No,
Okay.
that, I know your dad might have been strict, but it sounds like he didn't have a choice in the I'm just saying.
I was praying on his prayer wall, that's for sure. Ah, gosh.
Goodness.
Ah,
Oh, I
oh,
love it. I love it. But those are they're fond memories. They
yeah,
really are.
yeah,
And as a kid, I'm sure your sisters wanted to have some words with their hands with you quite a bit, but
Yeah,
it
yeah,
sounds like they did not.
yeah. No, but I imagine every time she got into bed as she got older, she
Right. I know, Renee. You just helping people come to the light, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There you go. It was my mission. Don't be
Mission
scared.
accomplished.
Don't be scared. Just turn on the light.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
man.
That was funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you, Renee. It's uh I think that's a great illustration, Monster Under the Bed. I love it
Yeah. Yeah.
because it helps you to be able to think, to, put into uh, a way where you can grasp the idea and
Yeah.
how it translates, to
Yeah.
fear. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think whatever, we, in a lot of our episodes, we encourage just inventory. We do that with
Yeah.
ourselves. We
Hmm.
just
Yep.
encourage inventory. Is there something that's
Yes.
keeping you stuck that
Yes.
you're afraid if, and the fear has just kind of trapped you in a life that you're not content with, then
Yes.
be willing to step over, flick on the light,
Click on the light.
ask
Yep.
God to uh, change your situation, change your heart,
Mhm.
give you wisdom in what's going on,
Right.
and I
Excuses.
will guarantee there's going to be work, but there's going to be peace in that
Yes.
work if
Yep.
you've allowed the light
Yes.
to dispel the darkness.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
And I think, I had a conversation with a friend this week, and we were just talking about just making decisions in life and how sometimes we get so caught up in our head. It's because of the fear,
yeah,
right? Because we want to make the right decision. We want to, our intent is to lessen the impact of what I might feel if I make the wrong decision. And again, sometimes that just paralyzes us instead of just asking God for direction. Sometimes, again, it goes back to we don't ask for direction because we're thinking, God, we're already thinking it's a no, right? And
hmm
so I was telling the friend I was talking to, I was like, and then so we go into this justification mode, right? If we're trying to justify it, that in itself is an indication. You know what? I need to consult God with this. I need to
yeah,
flick on the light. I need to connect. And the no that you think you might receive may not be the no,
yeah,
or it may not be the no right now. God may help you He has to help you get to that no, right? Maybe there's things in your life that need to be removed, like you're saying, but you're like, you're overwhelmed with the thought of even going through the process to remove it.
right, right,
Just flick the light on. You'll
yeah,
get there. God will get you there.
yeah,
And it's difficult because we're trying to do it in our own strength and we can't.
right, right,
And
yeah,
so flick on the light.
yeah, yeah. As you were saying
What
that,
do you have to be afraid of?
exactly, exactly. And as you were talking about that, as far as decisions, it's almost like if you think of those fun houses when you were a kid at the fairs, and they
Yes.
had all these mirrors. You never
Yep.
knew which way to go to get out.
Yes. Right.
But if the light was flipped on,
Yes.
you'd have no problem. You could
That's
get
right.
right through. So,
That's
yeah,
right.
I agree. Just even in decision-making processes, just
Yes.
say, God, illuminate
Illuminate. Yes.
the path I need to take,
Right. That's
and he will. And sometimes it's a matter of faith where you have to kind of walk it out step by step with
yes.
him.
Right.
But that's why I keep saying he gave us this knower
Yes.
that if you're starting to, it,
Yeah.
he's not going to just sit back and go, wonder if she can make it out of here.
Right. Right.
If you sincerely ask, God, illuminate for me
Yes.
with my choices, with my decisions, he's gonna go, nope, that's another mirror. You're
Yep.
gonna walk into the mirror.
That's right.
So we just
That's
have
right.
we have to be able to connect with God's spirit for that
Yes.
direction, and he'll never fail us. He'll always turn on the
Always.
light. Always turn on the
Every
light.
single time.
Yep.
Every single
Yep.
time.
Yep. So, all right. Well, I dare you now not to think about something behind your shower curtain.
Thanks, Renee. As if I don't already have enough to be afraid.
I do worry about it. Oh my goodness. Well,
Wow.
yeah. So that's all I got. Just a challenge to just, identify the monster and then just turn on your light.
Yes, I
Turn on the light.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And I don't have anything more. I think I've said about all that I can say
Okay. All right.
for today.
Yes.
But until next time,
until next time, you have a
all
great,
right.
great week.
Thank you, Renee. You too.
Okay. All right. Okay. Bye.